ब्रह्मचारी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्ता वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्ता वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय। गोविंद जय जय श्री गोपाल जय जय, राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय। हरि हराय नाम कृष्ण यादवाय नमः, यादवाय माधवाय केशवाय नमः। गोपाल गोविंद राम श्री मधुसूदन गिरिधारी गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन। श्री चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत सीता, हरि गुरु वैष्णव भगवत गीता। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ, श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ। निताय गौरंग निताय गौरंग बोलो गौर हरि। जय सच्चिनंदन जय सच्चिनंदन जय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि। जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव, जय राधा माधव गौर हरि। जय जय प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल। नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र शतक निजवेंद्रे सभी चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गंगा मैया की जय, मुन मैया की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी महारानी की जय, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिगोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। गोपाष्टमी महामहोत्सवा की जय। श्री धनंजय पंडित तिरुभा महामहोत्सवा की जय। श्री श्रीनिवासाचार्य तिरुभा महामहोत्सवा की जय। श्री गदाधर पंडित तिरुभा महामहोत्सवा की जय। अनंत कोटि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories assembled devotees Hare Krishna, all glories assembled devotees Hare Krishna, all glories assembled devotees Hare Krishna, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिके। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो पङ्कजनाभाय नमो पङ्कजमालिने नमो पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रिये। पाहि पाहि महायोगीन् देवदेव जगत्पते नान्यं त्वादभयं पश्ये यत्र मृत्यु परस्परम्। कृष्ण कृष्ण महाबाहो भक्तानामभयङ्कर त्वमेको धैर्यमानानाम् अपवर्गोऽसि संश्रुतेः। ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरद्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय धरालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं हरि ओम् तत्सत्। Hare Krishna, Dandavat pranams to all the devotees. Thank you all for joining in for the Shrimad Bhagavatam session on this most auspicious day of many, many festivals. The most important of them being Gopashtami. So we will start with this festival, a little bit of description on this festival for about 8 to 10 minutes. And then we will go on to our verse, right? Because our today's verses, I want to talk about the external energy of the Lord, right? Krishna says, Aham kalosmi, right? So we're going to talk about how this material world functions under the influence of time, which is represented by Lord Krishna. But before that, we will talk about the Antaranga Shakti of the Lord, how Yoga Maya is arranging all these pastimes for the pleasure of the Lord. So today is the most auspicious occasion of Gopashtami. So first and foremost, we will read some verses from Bhagavatam, since it's Bhagavatam session. In the 10th canto of Shrimad Bhagavatam, there is a very wonderful description, 15th chapter of this wonderful festival, what is called Gopashtami. And then we will elaborate a little bit more on the relationship between Lord Krishna, the Gopas of Vrindavan, the Gomatas of Vrindavan, and of course the Gopis of Vrindavan, and of course Mother Yashoda in particular. So Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. So Lord Krishna gives pleasure to the cows, the Brahmanas, and all of the inhabitants of Vrindavan Dham. We know that. Namo Brahmane Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Ditaya Krishnaya, the maintainer of all the worlds. Govindaya Namo Namaha. He's called Govinda, he's called Gopal. Everything associated with the word go. It starts with Govinda, Gopala. It all reminds us of Lord Krishna's association with the cows, the Gopas of Vrindavan, the Gopis of Vrindavan, the Go Matas. So similarly, we'll recite this verse. Okay, I can see Vasudha Mataji's hand up. Vasudha Mataji, you can maybe read the verse. Shri Shukavacha Tatascha Pauganda Bhayashritau Vraje Babhuvatustau Pashupala Sammatau Gascharayantau Sakivi Samampade Vrindavanam Punyamativa Chakratuho. Mataji, you want to read the translation? Yeah. We'll just go through the translation. And then because you have to go back to our verses also, which all of you all can read. Yes.
Mataji, please. Mataji. Dandavad Pranam, Mataji.
Dandavad.
Shall I read, Mataji?
Yeah, you can all read in the order of the raised hands. Vasudha Mataji can start.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavad. Translation, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Sukadeva Goswami said, when Lord Rama and Lord Krishna attained the age of Pauganda, 6 to 10, while living in Vrindavana, the cowherd men allowed them to take up the task of tending the cows. Engaging thus in the company of their friends, the two boys rendered the land of Vrindavana most auspicious by imprinting upon it the marks of their lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So in this verse, couple of things are mentioned, right? Lord Rama here refers to Balaram. Lord Rama and Lord Krishna attained the age of Pauganda. They were Kishora until the age of 5. And then after that, the stage of Pauganda comes. That is from 6 to 10. And in this way, the cowherd men decided, right? It is not mentioned that Yashoda Maya and Nanda Maharaj decided. So there is a pastime there. So we'll take that up. The cowherd men allowed them to take up the task of tending the cows. Engaging thus in the company of their friends, they rendered the entire Vrindavan auspicious. So I'll be sharing Lord Krishna's lotus feet in the group just after the session. So we can see what are the auspicious marks on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, by which he made the entire Vrindavan auspicious, starting from today, right? Before that, what he was doing, we'll discuss that. Okay, so there is wonderful purport also. We can read these verses and the purports. Due to paucity of time, we'll not be able to read the purport, but please read it today on the auspicious occasion of Gopashtami. Tanmadavo venumudhirayan vrito gopair granadvi swayasho balanvitah Pashun puraskritya pashavyam navishad vihartu kama kusumakaram vanam. Yeah, who wants to read the translation?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thus, preparing to enjoy pastimes, Lord Madhava, sounding his flute, surrounded by cowherd boys who were chanting his glories, and accompanied by Lord Baladeva, kept the cows before him and entered the Vrindavana forest, which was full of flowers and rich with nourishment for animals. Haribol, Dandavat Pranam.
So there is why he's called Madhava is very beautifully explained here. This purport, I will request all the devotees to please read. Shrimad Bhagavatam 10.15, 1, 2, 3 verses. Tanmanju Goshali Mrigadvijakulam Mahan Manaha Prakyapaya Saraswata Vatena Jushtam Shatapatra Gandhina Niriksharantum Bhagavan Manodade. Want to read the translation?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead looked over that forest, which resounded with the charming sounds of bees, animals, and birds, and which was enhanced by a lake whose clear water resembled the minds of great souls, and by a breeze carrying the fragrance of 100-petal lotuses. Seeing all this, Lord Krishna decided to enjoy the auspicious atmosphere. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, wonderful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in this, we'll just take a minute or two to reflect on this. How on this auspicious day of Gopashtami, we all know how Lord Sri Krishna, now having become 6 years of age, wanted to graze the cows. All this while he was only grazing the calves in and around Nanda Bhavan, like that. So now he asked mother Yashoda, Maya, I have now become a big boy. I want to go and graze the, okay, so I want to see devotees' faces, the nice faces of devotees, because we're going to discuss the pastimes of Lord Gopal today, right? I don't want to see black screens in front of me. Thank you, Vasudha Mataji, Meenakshi Mataji, Dinita Mataji, Chandana Mataji. Okay, very nice. The nice to have darshan of the devotees on the auspicious days, right? So Krishna is going to Yashoda Maya and saying, Maya, I'm now a big boy. I need to graze the cows now, right? I have enough. I've tended to the calves now. I want to go and graze the cows. Mother Yashoda is saying, oh, no, you're such a small boy. I can't allow you to go and graze the cows, because grazing the cows means going into the forest of Vrindavan. So in the morning he will go, and in the evening time, after sunset, that's when Krishna will come back. Mother Yashoda is saying, no. But our Krishna will have his own way, right? He went and asked Nanda Baba, I am now a big boy. I have to start herding the cows. Nanda Baba is saying, let me consult with, the heads of the village. So in this way, Panchayat is called, and Nanda Maharaj is asking, hoping within his heart, they would say no. But all of them, they wanted Krishna to enjoy this herding the cows and having the footprints of Lord Sri Krishna spread all over the Vrindavan forest. So they said, yes, Krishna is now a big boy. He should be sent to herd the cows. In this way, the next day morning, it was decided that Krishna, which is today morning, right? Yesterday, all this happened. That all of the Panchayat members are saying Krishna should start herding the cows. Mother Yashoda hears it. Mother Yashoda is thinking, oh my God, Krishna is going all the way to the Vrindavan forest. He'll be coming back only in the evening. What about his lotus feet? There's so many stones having sharp, sharp ends which will pierce my Lala's lotus feet. Okay, fine. Anyway, since he's anyway going, let me make nice slippers for my little Krishna. So she makes nice footwear, 2-3 varieties, shoes and slippers and all that. And then she tells Lala, you have to wear this tomorrow when you're going. And then Krishna saying, okay, Mama, I will wear this. But you have to make 36 lakhs of this. Why? Because all the cows also should wear shoes. How can I alone wear shoes? You have to make it for all the 900,000 cows. 900,000 into 4 feet, right? Cows have 4. So 36 lakhs. Mother Yashoda is thinking, how will I ever make 36 lakhs shoes? And then she dropped the idea. But then what happened? She just said, oh, Balaram, take care of Krishna very nicely. You're going to be with him all day. I will not have sight of him. Because when Krishna was herding the calves, he was just outside. Whenever Mother Yashoda opens the window and checks, Krishna is here. Okay, oh, Krishna is here. Like that. But now I'll be able to have sight of what he's doing all day. So Balaram, you take care of Krishna. So all this discussion is going on inside the house. Outside, the cows are overhearing this. Oh, Krishna is going to graze us from tomorrow. But yeah, Mother Yashoda is right. So many stones are there which have sharp ends, which might just pierce Lord Krishna's lotus feet. So what did the cows do overnight? The cows ran over the entire path which Lord Krishna is going to take to go to the forest of Vrindavan, and they pounded all the stones. Into nice soft sand, so that Lord Krishna's lotus feet does not hurt when he goes to graze the cows the next day. So this is a loving reciprocation. We wonder why Krishna is only saying cows. Why not goats, buffaloes? Why not donkeys? Right? Krishna is samo sarva bhuteshu. Right? Krishna is equal to everyone. But those who reciprocate to Krishna with love, what does Krishna do? Krishna reciprocates. Right? That is why it is said Krishna is partial to his devotees. Right? And who are better devotees than Go Mata? Because the Go Mata of Vrindavan, right? It is said that it is a fortune to be born as a cow in any part of the world, because cow is also one of the 7 mothers. and to be born as a cow in Vrindavan Dham, right, where Krishna personally took the cows for herding. Oh, what a fortune, isn't it? That is why we always say this prayer, Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitayacha. Right? Krishna always derives pleasure in giving pleasure to his pure devotees, especially the cows. So this auspicious day of Gopashtami talks about the reciprocation of love between the Lord and the cows. How the cows ran the whole night pounding the stones so that Lord Krishna's lotus feet is not hurt by those stones. And how Krishna reciprocated, saying only if all the 900,000 cows will have slippers or shoes, only then he will also wear. So such kind of loving reciprocation. And also Krishna's lotus imprint, right, which I will be sharing with you. Each of those lotus feet have beautiful imprints, right, auspicious symbols, like Trikon and all that, and lotus and thunderbolt and the Sudarshan chakra, all of this lotus flower, all of that is there, right, wherein each of the symbol is actually teaching us a lesson. Right, like for example, the lotus is there in the lotus feet. The lotus says that we have to live in this material world, but we need not be of this material world. Right, Padma Patra Ivambasa. Right, like a lotus flower which is there in the waters. Right, it's full of keychud there below, but yet the lotus flower always stands up. Like that, even being a part of this material world, we can be like the lotus. We can be transcendental to the three modes of nature. Then there is Sudarshan chakra. There is thunderbolt, by which Krishna destroys all the anarthas in the hearts of those people who sincerely want those anarthas to be removed. Right? Because Kaunteya Pratijanihi Name Bhakta Pranashyati. So Krishna is willing to do all of that only for the bhaktas. Right? While Krishna is equal to all. Krishna gives sunshine, rain and all to everybody. But Krishna especially gives this transcendental knowledge and his love and care, especially to those who serve him with love and devotion. Right? Machittamat gata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. To those devotees who are always thinking of me in their mind, who are conversing about me, who delight in sharing my pastimes with each other. To them, what do I do? Tesham evanu kampartam aham ajnana jamtamaha nashayami atmabhavasto jnana deepena bhashvataha. Krishna says, I will light the lamp of transcendental knowledge in the heart of those devotees. And when such a lamp is lit in our heart, then there is no place for anarthas. Krishna Surya Sama Maya hai andhakar. Jahan Krishna, jahan nahi hai Maya adhikar. Right? So when Krishna lights his lamp of transcendental knowledge in our heart, all the anarthas are removed, and in its place, there is Krishna Prema in our hearts, manifesting in our hearts. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gopashtami Maha Mahotsava ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So Hare Krishna. So now let's go on to the study of our regular verses. This is from Shrimad Bhagavatam. So after the Gopashtami pastime, now we will go on to how Krishna is from Madhurya Bhav. Now we are going on to Aishwarya Bhav. Right? Prabhupada says, only if we know the greatness of Krishna, then we will not try to imitate the pastimes of Lord, right? So on this entire section is talking about the opulence of the Lord, how Krishna creates these material universes, how the time factor, right from the atom till the time duration of Brahma Loka, all of them have been designed by the Lord, just by his personal energy. Okay, so going on to our today's verses, which is from Canto 3. Let me share my screen. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are on Canto 3, chapter number 11. Today we will be covering the verses from 6 to 11. Okay. So this chapter is entitled Calculation of Time from the Atom. Very, very technical topic. So quickly, let's move on to text number 6. And then once we recite all the 5 verses, we'll just give a synopsis of how the time is calculated based on my very limited understanding. I'm not a science student, so as much as I understood from I just heard His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj's lecture on these verses. I'll just try to repeat that. Okay, so let's move on to text number 6, from where we're going to start today. Devotees can repeat. Trishareno trikam bhungte yah kalah satruti smrtah shatabhagastu vedasyat taistribistu lavah smrtah. Yeah, please go ahead. In the order of raised hands, you may go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Trasarenu trikam bhukte yah kalah satruti smrtah shatabhagastu vedhasya taistribistu lavasmratah. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anyone else wants to read the synonyms?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, go ahead.
Trasarenu trikam, combination of 3 exartams. Buntake, as they take time to integrate. Yaha, that which. Kalaha, duration of time. Saha, that. Truti, by the name Truti. Smrata is called. Sata bhagaha, 100 Trutis. Tu, but Veda, Kalye Veda, Sayat, it so happens. Tai, by them. Tribuhi, 3 times. Tu, but Lava, Lava, Smrata, so called. Translation.
Okay. Yeah, translation. Somebody else can read. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. Translation by Prabhupada ki jai. The time duration needed for the integration of 3 rasarenus is called a Truti, and 100 Trutis make 1 Veda. 3 Vedas make 1 Lava. Thank you,
Lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoya. That is lava. Okay. So let's read the purport. Next, another person can read the purport.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Purport by Prabhupada ki jai. It is calculated that if a second is divided into 1687.5 parts, each part is the duration of a Truti, which is the time occupied in the integration of 18 atomic particles. Such a combination of atoms into different bodies creates the calculation of material time. The sun is the central point for calculating all different durations. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Text 7. Nimeshastriravognyeya amnataste treyah kshanah kshanat pancha vidhu kashtham laghuta dasha pancha cha. Who would like to read? Next person can read.
Mataji, can I read?
Yeah, go ahead.
निमेषस्त्रीलवोगेय आम्नातस्ते त्रयक्षणः क्षणां पञ्चविदुःकाष्ठां लघुता दश पञ्च च.
Hare Krishna. Someone else can read synonyms. Nimeshaha.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, go ahead.
Nimesha, the duration of time called Nimesha, 3 lavaha, the duration of 3 lavas, Gneyaha, is to be known. Amnataha, it is so called. They, Trayaha, 3, Shanaha, the duration of time called Kshanan. Such Kshanas, Pancha, 5. Viduha, one should understand. Kastham, the duration of time called Kastha. Laghu, the duration of time called Laghu. Taha, those. Dasa, Pancha, 15. Cha, also. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna, thank you. Next, who wants to read the translation?
Mataji, may I?
Yes, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The duration of time of 3 lavas is equal to 1 nimisha. The combination of 3 nimishas makes 1 kshana. 5 kshanas combined together make 1 kashtha, and 15 kashtas make 1 laghu. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Who will read the purport? Next person can read the purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. By calculation, it is found that 1 lagu is equal to 2 minutes. The atomic calculation of time in terms of Vedic wisdom may be converted into present time with this understanding. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Dandavat Pranams. Text 8. Laguni vai samam nata dasha pancha chanadika te dve muhurtah praharaha shad yamah saptava nranam. Who wants to read the verse? Can go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, go ahead, Mataji.
Laguni vai samam nata dasha pancha chanadika te dve muhurta praharaha Shadyama Saptavam Junam.
Shad Yamah Saptavanranam. Anyone wants to read synonyms?
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Laguni, such lagus, each of 2 minutes. Why exactly? Samam Natha is called Dasha Pancha, 15. Cha also. Nadika, a Nadika. Te of them. Dve, 2. Muhurta, a moment. Praharaha, 3 hours. Sat, 6. Yama, 1/4 of a day or night. Yamaha, 1/4 of a day or night. Sapta, 7. Va, or Drinam, of human calculation. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Anyone wants to read translation?
Read Mataji, I read.
Yes. Go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. The translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. 15 lagus make 1 nadika, which is also called danda. 2 dandas make 1 muhurta, and 6 or 7 dandas make 1/4 of a day and night, according to human calculation. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Text number 9. Dvadashartha palonmanam chaturvischaturangulaihi swarnamashaikrita chidram yavat prastha jala plutam. Anyone wants to read?
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes. Please go ahead. Yes.
Dvadasat palona chaturbas chatur angulahai swarnamase krita chitram yavat prasada jala plutam. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anyone else wants to read synonyms?
Can I, Mataji?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Dwadasha are the 6 pala of the scale of the weight. Unmanam, measuring part. Chaturbhihi, by weight of 4. Chetu angulai, 4 fingers by. Then Swarna of gold. Masai of the weight. Krita chitram, making hole. Yavat, as long as. Prastha, measuring 1 prastha. Jala plutam, filled by water. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Someone else can read translation?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, can you scroll up? Yeah. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The measuring pot for 1 nadika or danda can be prepared with a 6 pala weight, 14-ounce pot of copper, in which a hole is bored with a gold probe weighing 4 masa and measuring 4 fingers long. When the pot is placed on water, the time before the water overflows in the pot is called 1 danda. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anyone wants to read the purport?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
It is advised herein that the bore in the copper measuring pot must be made with a probe weighing not more than 4 masa and measuring not longer than 4 fingers. This regulates the diameter of the hole. The pot is submerged in water and the overflowing time is called a danda. This is another way of measuring the duration of a danda. Just as time is measured by sand in a glass, it appears that in the days of Vedic civilization, there was no dearth of knowledge in physics, chemistry, or higher maths. Mataji, can you just scroll down? Higher maths. Another way of measuring the duration of danda, just as time is measured sand in a glass, it appears that in the days of Vedic civilization, there was no dearth of knowledge in physics, chemistry, or higher mathematics. Measurements were calculated in different ways as simply as could be done. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. All right. So we have that thing even now, even in WhatsApp, if you want to send something about time, now there is one thing which shows the sand. There is a glass. There are two glass bowls, and from one on top, sand is slowly falling down. So that is the duration is called a danda. That means the entire time from which the entire amount of sand from the top to it comes to the bottom. That is what is called the duration of a danda. Quite technical. Text number 10. यामाश्चत्वारश्चत्वारो मर्त्यानामहनी उभे पक्षः पञ्चदशाहानि शुक्लः कृष्णश्च मानदा. Yeah, anyone wants to read the verse?
Swati Mataji, you can please read, Mataji.
Mataji. Yamas Martyanam ahani ube paksha panchadashahani shukla krishnascha manada. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Anyone wants to read synonyms?
Kavita Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yamaha 3 hours. Chatvara 4. Chatvara and 4. Martyanam of the human beings. Ahani, duration of the day. Ube, both day and night. Pakshaha, fortnight. Panchadasha, 15. Ahani, days. Suklaha, white. Krishnaha, black. Cha, also. Manada, measured.
Yeah, someone can read the translation?
Archana Mataji.
Krishna Mataji, can I read?
Yes, go ahead.
Translation. It is calculated that there are 4 parharas which are also called yamas. In the day and 4 yamas. In the day and 4 in the night of the human being. Similarly, 15 days and nights are the 4th night, and there are 2 fortnights, white and black, in a month.
Yeah, so we know this, right? Generally, once in 15 days, we celebrate Ekadashi, right? That is according to the moon calendar, where we have Krishna Paksha and Shukla Paksha, right? The waning moon is Shukla Paksha and the waxing moon is Krishna Paksha. That's what is mentioned here. So we'll just discuss that when we are going through the all the verses together in summary. Okay, text number 11, last verse for today. Tayo samuchayo masaha pitranam tadahar Dvauta vrtuhu shad ayanam dakshinam chotaram divi. You want to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranams.
Pranams.
Tayo samuchaya masa pitrunam tadahar nisham dvauta sruto sadan ayanam dakshinam chotaram divi. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Synonyms? What were translation?
Hare Krishna.
Anyone? Yeah, go ahead. Hari Bol.
Pranam Mataji. Tayo of them. Samuchaya, aggregate. Masa, month. Pitranam, of the Pita planets. That. Aham, aha, nisham, day and night. Dvau, 2. Tau, months. Ruduhu, a season. Shad, Sat, 6. Ayanam, the movement of the sun in 6 months. Dakshina, southern. Cha, also. Uttaram, northern. Divi, in the heavens. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Last translation. Anyone wants to read?
May I, Mataji?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Dandavat Pranam Mataji. The aggregate of two fortnights is 1 month, and that period is one complete day and night for the Pita planets. Two of such months comprise one session and one season, and 6 months comprise one complete movement of the sun from south to north. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you.
Thank you, Dandavat Pranams. So we will now try to summarize this very profound, if I can say, very profound calculation of time that is given by that explanation that's given by Prabhupada in the purports also, and the translations are also quite technical. But before we do that, we will read this from Bhagavad Gita. What does Krishna talk about in terms of time? Right? In Bhagavad Gita 11.32, Lord Krishna himself says, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Kalosmi Loka Kshayakrit Pravriddho Lokan Samahartum Iha Pravrittaha Rate Pitvam Nabhavishanti Sarve Yevasida Pratyanikeshu Yodaha. Right? Prabhupada says, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna says, time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds. And I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, the Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. And in the course of the purport, Prabhupada is also talking about time is destruction. All manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. That is the law of nature. In the next verse also, there is a beautiful description of how the time works. Tasmat tvam uttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshva rajyam samriddhanam mayaivaite nihata purvameva nimitta matram bhavasavya shachin. Right? Nimitta matram. Right? Here, nimitta matram refers to Arjuna becoming an instrument in the hands of the Lord for actually making the plan of the Lord come into reality. So Krishna does not need anybody or anything to actually fulfill his desires, right? Because Krishna is time, right? Whatever happens in time, right? The sun is rotating around its own orbit. The earth is rotating around the sun. All of that is actually the cause of a time flowing, right? Yet, what does Krishna do? Krishna gives opportunity for all of us to manifest his desires, right? He gave opportunity to Arjuna. Nimitta matram bhavasavya shachin. Similarly, he gives opportunity to all of us also. How? When we follow the instructions of our spiritual master, we fulfill the desires of Lord Sri Krishna, because the Lord is speaking to us through the medium of Srila Prabhupada in his books and through the medium of spiritual master. So in that way, we will go ahead and try to understand these various durations of time that is actually mentioned in this verse. Okay, so let me I'll share this part of the screen wherein it will become easy for us to revise this entire concept. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, so we'll just first quickly revise from verse number 5, because verse number 5 is very closely related to verse number 6. Then we'll be able to understand that, right? In verse number 5, there is a calculation of gross time that is mentioned, right? How atom is the lowest or the smallest particle, right? From which various combinations are done, and there is a division of gross time according to that. So atom is the lowest particle. When two atoms come together, it becomes a double atom. And three double atoms, that means 3 into 2, it becomes one hexatom, right? And this hexatom is visible in the sunshine, which enters through the holes of a window screen, and one can easily see that the hexatom goes up towards the sky. Sometimes when when the rays of the sun fall and come into our room, right? Sometimes we feel that small particles are moving up, right? Those are actually hexatoms, looks like, right? That's my understanding from this particular verse, right? Because when two atoms, because atom we cannot see, right? That hexatom itself is so, it's almost like a dust particle that is moving up, right? Because it mentioned here that hexatom goes towards the sky. So maybe that refers to the hexatom. So that small particle is what is going to calculate the division of gross time. And then Prabhupada says the integration of three Thrasha Renus. What is Thrasha Renu? When this one hexatom, right? Three double atoms come together, they become hexatom. And three such hexatoms actually become Thrasha Renu. And that Thrasha Renu is also called Truti, right? And 100 such Trutis make one Veda. And 3 Vedas make one Lava. What is Lava? That Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoya. That Lava is even less than a second, right? We use in at least in Tamil terminology, we say Nimisha. Nimisha means we say it is a minute. But here it is said that Nimisha is a different meaning altogether. That Nimisha is even much less than a second also. Why? Because the duration of time of 3 lovers. What is 3 lover? 3 lover is 100 Truti. What is Truti? Truti is 3 Thrasha Renu. What is Thrasha Renu? Thrasha Renu is 3 hexatom. What is hexatom? Hexatom is 6 atoms put together. That is 3 into 2. Very technical, but we will try to understand this. Because there is explanation here. Because see, why we are understanding this? We are understanding this to understand the greatness of the Lord, right? How much of minute detail, right? Even if we see in the material world, right now we know only 1 second, and to a maximum what we know is years, right? After that we say 1 million years, 2 million years, and even for Brahma's thing we say 411 billion, 411 billion, 30 million years, like that. So everything is expressed in terms of year, right from 1 second. 1 second is, or a 0.1 microsecond. That is the lowest that we have in this material world. And the highest what we say of is in terms of years, right? 411 billion, 30 million years, etc. But here in the Vedic scriptures, right, which is eternally existing and which has actually been put down by Veda Vyas 5,000 years ago, it talks about what is below second and what is above years also, which is very difficult to understand, but let's try. In the 7th translation, Prabhupada says the duration of time of 3 lovers is equal to 1 nimesha. All this is less than 1 second. We have to keep in mind that there are so many measurements of time which are even lesser than second, right? This 3 lovers is equal to 1 nimesha. The combination of 3 nimeshas make 1 kshana, right? Kshana means we think it's like 1 split second, right? But here 3 nimeshas actually, so much of it looks like a long duration of time, but 3 nimeshas, right? Even less than a split second, it makes 1 kshana, and 5 kshanas combined together make 1 kashtha, and 15 kashtas make 1 lagu, right? And then going on to higher. 15 lagus make 1 nadika, which is also called a danda, right? From here we can understand a little bit at least, right? 2 dandas make 1 muhurta. 1 muhurta we know is 36 minutes, 48 minutes. 1 muhurta is 48 minutes as per our calculation. And 6 or 7 dandas make 1/4 of a day or night according to human calculation. According to human calculation means we have 24 hours in a day, right? What is that 24 hours? It is a time taken by the earth to rotate around the sun, right? That constitutes 1 day. Now we'll discuss a little bit about it. Now we can understand a little bit more on this, right? Now it is something that we can relate to because we can experience this amount of time now, right? What is that? The 24 hours of the day. How is it 24 hours? It is a time taken by the earth to revolve around the sun, to rotate around the orbit of the sun. That is our 24 hours, which constitutes 1 day. And 1/4 of a day. What is 1/4 of a day? 1/4 of night or day. That means 12 hours of day, 12 hours of night. So 1/4 of 12 is 3, right? So 3 into 7, 21 hours, and into 3 into 16, that's 16 hours. When you multiply, you get 48 minutes. That is what is 1 muhurta. Quite technical. But I just did some mathematical calculations to arrive at some numbers. Please don't quote me anywhere. This is just my very limited understanding based on Prabhupada's purports and my own mathematical abilities. Yeah. So here, what we know for sure is the 24 hours. 24 hours is definitely the time that is taken by the earth to revolve around the sun. Okay. And now the sun revolves around its own orbit. That is what is taken as 1 year. It takes 1 year, right? For the sun to revolve around its own orbit. And that is what is called the solar year. which is we calculate as 12 months. And that is why the solar calendar and the lunar calendar always there is 1 day difference, right? Now also recently we celebrated this Purnima, right? Kartik Purnima, the Rasalila day of Lord. That also 1 day difference was there between the solar calendar and the lunar calendar, right? Why is there a difference? Because the solar calendar is based on the movement of the sun and the lunar calendar is based on the movement of the moon. Okay, now let's go to something further, right? We now understood what is 1 day. 1 day is the movement of the earth around the sun. Now, what is 15 days? 15 days we all know, right? It's called a fortnight, and we also celebrate our Ekadashi once in 15 days, which is called the waxing moon and the waning moon. That means slowly the moon grows and it becomes a full moon on the 15th day. And after that, it starts waning. And then it becomes, it reduces in size little by little, and then it becomes new moon or no moon day, right? And then next day onwards, again, it starts increasing its size. So this 15 days is that time that is taken for the entire, I would say, growing of the moon from no moon to full moon. And then the next 15 days is from full moon to no moon, right? And this is 15 days is what we call Krishna Paksha and Shukla Paksha, right? Krishna Paksha and Shukla Paksha. The waxing moon or the growing of the moon, that's called Krishna Paksha. And the waning moon, that's called Shukla Paksha. The entire 15 days, it's called Shukla Paksha. That's what is explained by Prabhupada also. And it is also called the two fortnights together. It constitutes 1 month, which is about 30 days. If we get 15 days per fortnight for Shukla Paksha and 15 days per fortnight for the Krishna Paksha, together constituting Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha, 15 days each adds up to 30 days of a month. And then we also have the Purushottama Adhikamas, right? Purushottama Adhikamas is where a little bit of this differentiation between the solar and the lunar calendar that gets adjusted in the 13th month, which occurs once in 4 years. That's why we get our Purushottama Adhikamas once in 4 years. That's also called Malamas. That's called Malamas because it has got a little bit of residue from each of the years. It adds up to become 1 month. That's why it's called Malamas. And then with this, when this, we know that past time where the deity in charge of this particular month, she went to Lord Krishna and asked, "Oh, why am I called Malamas?" Right? And then Krishna blessed her. Whomever approaches Krishna, Krishna gives the best benediction. So Krishna blessed her by saying that you will no longer be called Malamas, you will be called Purushottama Adhikamas. Right? Wherein if you worship me, you will get 1,000 times benefit of whatever devotional service you do. Right? From Shravanam to Atma Nivedam, whatever we do in Purushottama Adhikamas, we get 1,000 times the benefit. And then Prabhupada goes on to talk about the period of Pita planets. Right? In text number 11, he's talking about now slowly moving from Bhuloka to Bhuar, Swaha, and all those planets. Right? Janaloka, Tapaloka, right up to Brahmaloka. Right? We all know that the duration, the time duration increases as we go up the planets, right? Even in the heavenly planets, the duration is much higher, right? And if you go still higher, the Swarga Loka, and then the Jana Loka, the Tapaloka, then you have this right up to the Brahma Loka, right? Which is the highest planet in this material universe. The time period keeps growing. That's why there is also another verse in Bhagavad Gita wherein Srila Prabhupada actually explains the duration of Brahma. Right? The Brahma lives 100 such years, and each of his year. Let me pull out that verse once again. 9.30 of Bhagavad Gita. Let's pull up that. I think it's 9.30. Otherwise, I'll just summarize that. I think so. Okay. Okay, so it's not here. Okay, in any case, we've studied that, right? How Brahma's 1 day is is calculated as Chatur Yuga, right? Chatur Yuga is a consolidation of all the 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga, right? All of those 4 yugas, it constitutes Chatur Yuga, and that is 1 day of Brahma. And when we calculate it as per the material time, Brahma lives for 100 such years, and it approximately calculates to 411 billion 30 million years, if I'm right. It's there in that purport, wherein Prabhupada very, very beautifully explains. I will probably put it in the put it in our WhatsApp group chat, wherein Krishna actually, Prabhupada actually explains what is the time duration in terms of comparison between the celestial years and our material years. So in this way, we see that 6 months of our earthly planet becomes half a day of the Brahmaloka. In this way, we can say 1 year of our earthly planet is equal to 1 year of 24 hours of our 24 hours of the Brahmaloka time. One year is 1 day of Brahmaloka, like that it is described. So quite technical, but yeah, I'll try to put that verse which explains very beautifully about how the calculation is arrived at, giving how Brahma's duration is 411 billion and 30 million years, like that. All right. So quickly we are moving to the various things that we read, which is Kshana, Lava, moving on to 1 day, and then moving on to 15 days, which is called fortnight, and then moving on to 1 year, which we started off by saying that that is a time that is taken for the sun to move around its own orbit. That is actually constitutes 1 solar year. And the difference between the solar calendar and the lunar calendar, that difference is what gets added to the lunar calendar and comes in the form of Purushottam Adhika Mas. Otherwise, we know the 12 months. What are those 12 months? That is equal to the 12 months which we refer as per the lunar calendar is Keshava Masa, right? The 12 Tilak mantras, what we say, Keshavaya Namaha, Narayana Namaha, Madhavaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha. It starts from October, and then the first month becomes December. The last month is December, and then this extra month becomes Purushottama month, right? Otherwise, the 12 months are Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Narayana Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Govindaya Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Madhusudanaya Namaha, Om Trivikramaya Namaha, Om Bhavanaya Namaha, Om Sridharaya Namaha, Om Rishikeshaya Namaha, Om Padmanabhaya Namaha, right? Those are the 12 months, right? And then the 13th month, which is extra Malamas, became Purushottama Mas. So in this way, these are the 12 months of the lunar calendar. As per the lunar calendar, the 13th month becomes Purushottama Adhika Mas. All right, so it's 10:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time. So we are ending our session on the calculation of time. So it all starts with the calculation of time based on atom, and then slowly atoms combine together, and then 6 atoms combine together, hexatom, and then more and more aggregation comes, and then it comes to what we can understand in terms of 1 second. And then it goes on to the 1 day of the earthly planet, and then it goes on to 1 year, and then it goes on to comparison between the heavenly planets and the earthly planets. So with this, I thank you all for your patient hearing. Kindly, please forgive me in case of any misunderstanding. I'm not a science student. Whatever little I could understand in terms of my mathematical calculations, I just try to give it here because I was allotted these verses. So I thank you very much. Shivancha kalpatharobhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavinebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I pay my respectful obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who are just like desired trees, who can fulfill the desires of everyone, and are full of compassion towards the fallen conditioned souls. So I would like to end the session by saying one important thing, right? Just because the duration of Brahma is so high, it looks like Brahma lives eternally, but it is all a flashlight when it is compared to the eternality of time as represented by the Lord, right? Aham kalosmi, Krishna says. But so it is said in the spiritual world, the time is absence. The time, there is no time in the spiritual world. Right here, we have to ensure that there is darshan arti at 7:30. Not at home, in the temple also. When you want to decorate the deities, also, it's 7:30. We have to just finish up the dressing of the deities. In the spiritual world, there is no time. As much as you want to decorate the Lord with beautiful ornaments and garlands and all that. There is eternal time for us. We only have to have the desire. So let us cultivate that desire to go back to the spiritual world where there is no time, where there is no urgency, right? But there is eternal time for us to serve their lordships in a way that's pleasing to them. So let's develop that desire on this most auspicious occasion of Gopashtami. Having understood the time calculation of the material world, we've understood how great Lord is. Now we want to understand the sweetness of the Lord. We want to go back to that Lord, to that Lord's abode. Yad gatvana nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. We want to go back to that Lord's abode where there is no time and there is all time to worship and decorate and please their lordship, Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Grantaraj Shrimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. I'm open to any corrections in terms of my presentation for today's session. Where is
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
pranams. Thank you for such a wonderful class, Mataji. We'll have to really go through again and again your session to understand the actual calculation of the time and the hexatom and atom details. Mataji, could we request you to show your altar because we do Damodar Arti every day in this session?
Okay.
Would it be possible?
Yeah, I have to log in through my mobile.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. We'll wait. Anyone who wants to see the Damodar Ashtakam in the meanwhile could raise their hand.
Yeah.
Once Mataji shows the altar, we can start. Anybody?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Radhika Mataji.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. Just 1 second.
Once Mataji shows the altar, you can start, Mataji.
Yeah, sure, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So I think I showed my altar already. So I thought I'll just share this online Yashoda Damodara. We can all offer Deepdan. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. I'll start. Hare Krishna. Namam Ishwaram Sachidananda Rupam Laset Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Bilolukaladamamanam Paramrishtamathyanta Todvrita Gopya Ruduntam Muhurnetre Yukmam Brijantam Karambojayukmena Satanganetram Muhuswasakam patrirekanta Stitagraiva damodaram bhaktibatam Iti triksvalilabir ananda kunde Swagosham nimajantam akyapayantam Tadiyeshitagneshu bhaktirjitatvam Puna prematastvam satavriti vandhi Varam deva moksham na mokshavadim va na chainam pradeham varisadapiha idam deva purnata gopala balam sada me manasya virashtam kimanya idam te mukumbojam atenta nile Vritam kundali snigdha raktescha gopya Muhu chimbitam bimba raktadaram me Manasya virashtam alam rakshalabhyai Namo deva damodar ananda vishnu Prasida prabho dukkha jalabhimagnam Kripa drishti vrishyati dinam batanu
ग्रहे निशमामाज्ञं यद्यात्रिदृश्य कुबेरात्मजो भक्ते मूत्रैव यद्वा त्वया मोचितौ भक्ति भजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकमे प्रयचे न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्ते स्तुताम्ने स्फुरद्दीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायात विश्वस्यताम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलायै देवाय तुभ्यम् नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्राजमानम् हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much. Please forgive me for my tone and voice and modulation. Hare Krishna.
श्री श्री दामोदराष्टकम की जय, सत्यव्रत मुनि की जय, श्री श्री दामोदर भगवान की जय, दीपदान महामहोत्सवा की जय, वैष्णव वृंद की जय, जय प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल,
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Dandavat pranam
Thank you,
to all,
Mataji. Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, permission, shall I end the session, Mataji?
Krishna.